Erik Jesberger, joined by head coach and general manager Jason Binkley, ahead of tonight's Game 1 of the North Division semifinal 2025 Kelly Cup playoff series between your Reading Royals and the Trois-Rivières Lions. Coach, we're up in Trois-Rivières, Quebec, and you just concluded your first morning skate in the Kelly Cup playoffs. How'd it feel, and what were the emotions?
Yeah, morning skate was good. Nothing too crazy from what we've done all year, but the emotions are high, right, guys? It's a lot of first-time playoff experience for these guys, and we've had the week to prep. Obviously, spending a day to travel up here, had a practice up here, had a nice team dinner last night. But the guys are ready. They know what's at stake. They know what we have to do, and now it's just a matter of getting to game time and seeing what happens.
And speaking of seeing, 8 total times this season against Trois-Rivières. It's a clean slate when it comes to the postseason, but the advantages of seeing this team and splitting 4-4 record, what can you take from those prior matchups against Trois?
Well, we know that their power play is good, finished second in the league, so we have to make sure we're staying out of the box. They're going to bring an element of physicality that we've been trying to prepare for, talk about, understand, because playoffs is a different beast, and it is a different type of mentality, especially on the physicality side. But you know, the regular season was what it was. Like, we played these guys in January with a completely different roster, right? So the big thing is we just have to continue to focus on us and what we've done the second half of the year. Realistically, all the pressure's on them. They're the number 1 seed. They get to start at home, right? They won the division. So all the expectations is, they should be winning. They should beat Reading, all that. So we're taking that and using it as fire, as fuel to understand that, hey, we got here for a reason. We deserve to be here just as much as they do. But to speak on the year, to speak on the season, right, it's just those couple things of, let's stay out of the box. Let's not let them generate offense through their power play, and we have to be willing to be aggressive and fight back with their physicality that they're going to try to bring.
Your roster has 10 total rookies for the Kelly Cup playoffs, and that is second most among all Kelly Cup playoff teams. For you, 2 deep playoff runs with the Fort Wayne Komets in your playing career, both in 2017 and 18, second round and a third round series. Your expertise, what are you looking to pass along to some of these players, the 10 rookies and the 16 total Royals who will step onto the ice in professional playoff hockey for the first time tonight?
Well, the thing is we've been playing playoff hockey for a month and a half, 2 months now, and realistically, last weekend at home against Worcester was a great opportunity for us to work on our game and to mentally and physically prepare ourselves for basically a do-or-die matchup. And to speak on playoff experience, like some guys can try to compare it to the American League, right? The first round of the American League playoffs is a best of 3, right? So we had a best of 3 type situation where we had to win 2 games, which we did. We protected home ice, which is great, but things that we've been talking about as a team is there's going to be emotions, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and we can't get trapped in either side of that scale. We have to stay even keel. We have to stay locked into the moment, present in what's happening in the game, and not let anything too positively or too negatively affect us. And that's kind of been the message, right? As far as my experience at passing along, right, we've just done everything as a team, and we've just talked about how we're going to operate, how we're going to play, how we're going to beat their systems, how we're going to beat their structure. We're not so worried about necessarily what they're doing because we have seen them, quite a few times the second half of the year. But the biggest thing is having the guys believe, which they've done for a while, having the guys trust each other, which they've done for a while. Now it's just we're in a situation where, hey, it's mano y mano, 1v1 for up to 7 games, and we'll see what happens. So we just have to believe in each other, and we have to play our game and play our way, and I think we'll give ourselves a great shot.
What are the advantages you see in your club coming into this series, playing that do-or-die hockey? Really, since the calendar flipped, and for Trois-Rivières, they've been kind of nestled into that number 1 spot for the past couple months.
Well, I would say just that, right? We've had to battle and compete to get to this opportunity, to get to this spot, and it took all 72 games, where with, 10, 12, whatever games to go left in the season, they clinched a playoff spot. So they were able to, maybe cycle some guys through, rest some guys, kind of ease their way into the home stretch. And, one thing that we've had to do is we've had to ramp up our play. We've had to play emotional hockey games. We've had to play important hockey games. So whether that's an advantage or not, we'll see. But it's definitely got us in the right mindset and the right mentality of what we're going to be getting in here tonight for Game 1.
Finally for you, Coach, what do you see as the key to taking this series, whether it goes to the distance of 7? Well, we'll start with setting the tone here in Game 1 and ultimately advancing into round 2.
Well, the first 10 minutes are going to be huge here, and there's no secret to what TR is going to try to do. They're going to come in, they're going to be physical, they're going to try to intimidate us, they're going to try to run us out of the rink, and we have to have that team tough mentality where we're going to be able to step up and fight back and get into those scrums and, ultimately maybe take a punch in the face or two and hopefully give ourselves an opportunity on the power play. But kind of like I spoke on earlier, we have to make sure we stay out of the box because they do have a great power play over there. To beat 25% or whatever it was over the course of a 72-game season is quite impressive. So we know that's a huge threat for them. But otherwise, we have to manage the puck and play our game. And that's what's gotten us here over the last 40 games. Our record speaks for itself. Our play speaks for itself. But once again, we're focused more on us than we are them, and it's just a matter of sticking to our process, sticking to our structure, and doing it longer than they can.
Excited to see that tonight, Coach. Best of luck, and thank you for the time.